Maher, how he went back on the air and everybody he backed off. You saw that, right?
Oh, we could talk about that.
I put the article in the private chat just because we brought up that he was going on and we debated whether it was right or wrong.
We knew he was gonna give up. We knew.
Really?
No, I
thought he was
actually
going to
think
do it.
He's a prick. He's a prick. But like,
No.
I mean, he has always been a prick.
I mean, he is.
That's what,
But so is
that's what
everyone
people
else.
views him. That's what people views him.
I'm not.
So
Yeah, you are.
Oh yeah,
My
yeah.
channel.
I'm
says
sorry.
otherwise.
I'm sorry about that. By the way,
You were
I didn't mean to.
prick to my channel.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. My bad.
Bill Maher. Okay, so let me bring this up.
Bill Nomar.
I actually think that both Drew Barrymore and Bill Maher didn't change their opinion based on outcry. They didn't give in to the mob. I think something's happening behind the scenes now, and they may actually be trying to end it before October. Because there was also, for better or worse, I watched the Gavin Newsom interview, and then he says he's meeting with both parties this week, and there's a lot of activity where they're actually having discussions this week. Tomorrow, actually.
Gavin
So
Newsom.
tomorrow is the meeting between.
I know people don't like Gavin. I'll tell you what, Gavin Newsom was like, he sounded like James Gunn selling Joe Biden to the audience.
I'm sorry, Gavin Newsom is the type of a slick politician.
No, that's what, did you hear what I said? He sounded like James Gunn selling the DCU. Yeah. It's great. We're doing great things here. Joe, but you get behind the Biden train.
That's how you sell this channel too.
No comment.
He basically said Joe Biden is the best superhero movie he's seen in ages.
Joe Biden is the best superhero movie.
Max, what are you doing?
That's how he sold Joe Biden. They're like, "Are you going to go for president?" Like, why would I? Joe Biden's doing an amazing job. He was like kissing so much ass.
Yeah.
I mean, he seemed like an intelligent guy. He just seemed like he was.
Who are we talking about?
He told me like he was selling a line.
Governor
James,
I don't listen.
Oh, I thought we were talking about James Gunn. I don't know what's going on. I'm not doing politics. All right.
I don't get involved on either side of politics. I don't care. I think they're all bad. I think they're all hypocrites on both sides.
Drop it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read your super chat, Max. You should get off this topic. It's just probably not. I don't like to tell you what to do as far as your topic.
I do it all the time.
I don't even remember where I started that.
Drink water, Max.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
The reason I brought it up was in the interview, he was talking about that there's some progress and that from other scoopers to the hot mic with Jeff Schneider. So I don't think Bill Maher, especially Bill Maher, not Zack Snyder, has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, you get all when I bring him up. Yeah, you can bring.
No.
I knew.
So
Kathleen too.
Jeff Schneider, the hot mic. I think things are actually whereas we were last. We were like, when is the strike going to end? I think there's some movement behind the scenes. And there's a lot of meetings, and there's a meeting, this important meeting tomorrow.
I think they all trolled Drew Barrymore. And they said,
but I don't
go out there and tell him you're not.
I don't think Bill Maher. I think his statement was actually, it looks like things are moving. Why would you do that if it's about to end? So I mean, that's total speculation, but hopefully it does end. Hopefully they're getting close to a deal now. I thought they were going to hold out for the force majeure and cancel all these contracts. But
listen, I will say this: tomorrow's the meeting.
Yeah.
Between them both. If it still continues to strike, then these studios are just petty as hell. That's it.
Well, we don't know all the details. We don't know everything.
No, that's it.
Both sides only make public what they want. We don't know everything they're asking for, honestly.
Yeah, but like I just say this: if they say no to each other tomorrow, which probably might happen.
So Fierce Isaac 999, dude, you guys agree with this? We need more sci-fi movies. Absolutely. Thank you, 100%. Fierce Isaac.
Yes,
for the support
why wouldn't?
of the show.
Of course.
And it's great that the creator exists. I hope it gets supported.
Yeah.
We need more sci-fi.
That's the only reason I brought him up, is he was talking about the strike, and he's actually meeting with them to try to help. So both sides. At least that's what he says.
With these kinds of negotiations, deadlines kind of like spur action. What's the deadline for this thing? Is it Christmas? Like the writers and everybody want to have jobs around
I
Christmas.
honestly think that everyone was getting set that they were just going to go into the new year. And I think everyone knew that. And that's why this is all my speculation. That's why these talk shows like, we're going to do our own thing to get our shows back before the new year.
Without the
and
writer,
then we don't want our contracts. We don't want to lose all this money. Cause if you produce those shows during the year, you don't have to the companies maybe
also,
have something in there. They don't have to pay you at all.
Every talk show has a sponsorship.
And I do think that after they got the outcry for them going, even though a large portion of the show has nothing to do with writing, there's only portions and segments of each show. I feel that they might know something behind the scenes is getting close now, and then they might bump it up to end this strike before the end of fourth quarter. Whereas I think everyone else was thinking it was going to go into 2024.
You gonna let me edit? Lydia, how you doing? Are you loving Overwatch?
He's muted.
Lydia, are you in love with Overwatch?
Max, mute him.
All right. I muted you. Okay.
Yeah, you did. There you go. That's
all right. So that's my take. What do you think?
Hey, why'd you mute me? I was talking to everyone and my girlfriend at the same time. What the fuck?
No, it's just that.
You talk so sweet to your lady.
She's having fun with Overwatch. No, because we went out of town.
Overwatch? Oh, you like Overwatch?
Everyone has girlfriend voice. Everyone has girlfriend voice. Voltaire will tell you everyone has girlfriend voice, okay? Yeah. And I do too, okay?
Hey, listen. They like it.
They do.
At least maybe we think. Take control, perp. Be a man raptor.
Voltaire will show me some red pillars that he listens to.
Yeah. Red pill perp.
Voltaire. Perp looks for red pill physical therapist.
Yeah.
That's his
Those guys were great. Those guys were adorable. I loved them.
Yeah, Justin, you're not wrong there. I'm surprised that some of the Mad writers, and it was so cringe. Like, you thought they were kind of off the cuff. No, that was all written.
Go watch that. I said, go watch that podcast, whatever it is. They call themselves Force 5 with the Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel. And you'll see those guys need their writers. Geez, they're bad.
Okay. Jay Leno, that's your go-to, Anthony. He was the god.
Everyone, Conan. Who doesn't like Conan? Even people that hate talk show love Conan.
No, right? Conan was great. That's unfortunate what happened to him.
We're almost at the mailbag.
It's unfortunately what happened to Conan. But
I didn't bring up.
Is he in that podcast, Voltaire?
He does have a good podcast though. His podcast is great.
No, is Conan in that podcast you were talking about that they're really bad?
He is not.
Okay, yeah, because he's good. I always see him in interviews.
He has a podcast.
What do you think of my theory, Voltaire? I think that's what's going on. Is the why Bill Maher also?
Well,
the only other thing besides that I think is most likely is that guests were canceling.
Well, I thought it was guest canceling, but your thing is exactly the excuse Bill Maher uses. Actually, if you read the article, he says, "I thought it was much further off, but it looks like they're making some progress now."
Yeah, I do think I think there's a lot of buzz, not just from him, from Gavin Newsom and also Scoopers, that they're starting to meet more frequently now,
that's good.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Come to the table. You know, it's weird when there's no deadline. Like it helps to have some kind of deadline.
No, here's to clarify my stance earlier. We're in America. This isn't a communist country. People can demand fair wages. That doesn't mean that everyone has to accommodate your request, though, either. That's the other great thing about America. If it makes sense for your business to thrive, that's also up to the business owner. So I appreciate both things. In my subjective opinion, I don't think the writers or the actors are being unreasonable for the requests.
Your objective opinion, you mean? Subjective means you have a stake in it, or you are biased one way or another. You're objective. You have
I want to be more objective. I do have a bias towards artists. I guess.
Okay, well there you go. Okay. So you did need to. Sorry,
I had to say that.
I do side more with creatives over executives, and I've said that. That's why people think I have James Gunn hate or Kathy. I have a strong bias against executives that make all this money and make horrible decisions that cost job security in the industry with all this young talent that have lots of bills to pay. They went to school, and I really don't think. I think a lot of this is avoidable, and I think I put the main issues in the industry on the executives. So I should strive to be more objective, but
there you go.
Yeah. But that's my take. But yeah, it also, I could see. I'll be honest, it would not be hard booking a right winger, but if you want any left wingers, they're gonna feel like it's gonna hurt them politically on that show for their podcast too, because he has a lot of people on both sides. People think he's basically a Trumper now, and he's not.
He's really not.
No, he doesn't like Donald Trump. He goes overboard on the woke stuff. He thinks everything's woke, and I don't always Me Too about him. But I just don't see Democrats or left-leaning podcasters or guests appearing. So I see that too. I think both things can be true. I think they might be closer to the deal, and it became impossible to keep guests.
I don't think they're close to a deal anytime soon, but
interesting.
That is
They
true.
are at least meeting pretty frequently now, Anthony.
They haven't. Well, now they're meeting. It's been like 3 weeks since they met. They haven't met or something like that. So,
I just don't see suddenly these studios are going to show their numbers.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like that's
is that part of the deal? They have to reveal their numbers.
To at least to the talent. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know they want better compensation, but if there's part of the deal that says they have to be more transparent with their numbers, that is going to be significant.
We literally saw it today. One Piece had 50 million views. People keep watching it all over again. Like, they're showing these numbers, but they don't want to show these numbers to the creators. So, like,
Or no, they pick and choose when they show these numbers.
Yeah,
right?
they pick and choose, which is weird. Like, come on.
The first episode of Ahsoka, they revealed